vlogging through the show. Now she's joining us. How are you?
I'm wonderful.
It's great
How are
to
you guys?
see you. I saw you. You performed, didn't you, at the when they had the big celebration of the completion of the Bloor Street?
Yes.
You just turn it on. Like, I mean, that's
thank
what
you.
performers do. But I remember being backstage thinking, wow.
Thanks.
You just give a phenomenal live performance.
Thank you.
Yeah, it was great.
That was a lot of fun, especially because I love Bloor Street, but I don't love the traffic. So to know that it was being redesigned in a great way, I was like, time to celebrate.
Yeah, exactly. No more construction.
Yeah, it was
Bloor
perfect.
Street. So your new album is just out.
Yes.
Night and Day.
Yes.
How does it feel as you put this out into the world? And
Yeah.
you know, we were talking about this with someone else who had just released an album. It's like, it must be sort of, it's exciting, but also at the same time, you're really sort of bearing yourself to people.
You are. I would say my first and second album were a lot more age appropriate because I was 14, I was 16, I was 18. This time with this new album, I really feel like I found my voice. As a songwriter, I really allowed it to flow. I wasn't confined or told what genre I needed to sing. So I basically just wrote as many songs as I could write, and I ended up creating two separate bodies of work. One was dance music, one was R&B music. So the night side of the album is dance music. The day side is R&B, and it's really like night and day, so that's where I got the title from.
Where are you writing? Do you just write at home? Do you?
I write in the studio. I work with incredible musicians, and it's one of those things I just walk into a room and I have an idea, and it'll be someone playing bass or someone playing electric guitar, and they'll just run a melody, and then I'll be like, okay, add the drums like this, and it's so organic, and I think it's really cool. You really hear the organic side of my music on the day side.
So that happens in the studio?
Happens in the studio.
Doesn't happen in the shower, doesn't happen in bed?
It does. it's weird how it works. Like, sometimes I'll come out of the shower with a full song, or I could be in the car, I'll be texting someone, and then I'll just start writing a song. There's one song on the album that I actually got in the studio, and we created the music, and I literally basically freestyled, just was singing, and I ended up writing verse, pre-hook, hook, all in just one take.
Where's that come from?
I have no idea.
It's magical, isn't it?
It is magical, and it doesn't happen too often where it's that organic, where it just comes out of you like that. Sometimes you have to really spend a lot of time thinking about it, but it is pretty cool.
When did you know you had a talent, for songwriting? Did that happen when you were young, where suddenly you were writing?
Well, I used to write a lot of poems for like my mom, for my dad, and be like, I love you guys. So I would always write like random little poems as a little girl when I was like 4 or 5, and I guess people would be like, they're good. And you just never really listened. I don't think I ever paid attention until I did a live show. It was in grade 5. It was a school play, and I would sing, and I would get like a standing ovation in my school, and it would go on for like 2-3 minutes, because I was really little, and I would sing kind of like big and whatever. And after that and happening, often I was starting to be like, okay, people, and then after the show, people would be like, you should pursue it, you should go for it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was never certain if I could sing, I just knew that people enjoyed it. So that was exciting for me as a little girl, and that's all I wanted to do. Yeah.
The cut in your the first single is what it's called, Edit,
Cut and Delete.
And I said, have you done that recently?
I've done that in my life. I wouldn't say recently. Now my life is joyous, but I've definitely.
Are you going to unfriend people on Facebook? I think that event is coming up soon.
It's so interesting how, you know, the sort of that genre of music where it's sort of heartbreak music has changed over the years, where now it's like edit, cut, and delete you. We're in a whole new world of how we deal with that sort of thing.
Yeah, it's definitely a lot more edgier, I would say, but just the idea of technology, the edit, cut, delete you, just basically like, you know, if you play games with me and you make me feel uncomfortable, it won't take very much for me to just click.
Are you one of those writers where having some heartbreak or emotional drama helps you actually write? Because I remember, I think it was Katie Lang who said that she actually sometimes sought out bad relationships because it helped. It helped in her writing and her.
Yeah, I mean, heartbreak definitely will write. For me, I think if you experience it once or some type of pain, you're good to go. I don't, to pursue it, it's just kind of like, oh, what are you doing? Oh my gosh. But you know what? For a lot of film stars, it's extremely common. A lot of actors do that. And a lot of singers too, they pursue bad relationships, but they also kind of look for trouble. I know some actors will kind of try to trick other ones on set, their co-stars, get them drunk the night before so that they get into arguments on set, so it's
Right.
perfect for the scene.
So the animosity
I know
is
people, yeah, I know there's actors out there that lose a loved one and they'll be feeling the emotion and you could see they're taking it in and they're documenting how they react.
Yeah.
It's really crazy, but that's what they do for their art. I wouldn't say I'm that extreme. I just write music and it just comes.
What about your personal life?
My personal life?
What about it?
What about it? Darling.
I'm going to go there. Go
I have to
all
get
the
more
way,
specific?
Dave. Yes.
Well, I mean, you know, in this day and age where everybody seems to know everything about everybody,
Yeah.
how protective are you of your personal life?
I think it depends on the relationship. I think if you have a really comfortable relationship, you can be a little bit more open, but you gotta be careful, I would say. You don't
Are
really
you
want
careful?
to some degree. I mean, I'm not, if I'm asked this particular question, I'm not scared to answer.
Yeah.
But I don't like to broadcast too much. Sometimes I'm excited or I'm proud or whatever, and I broadcast, but I'm not. Depends.
You do kind of walk a fine line with that sort of thing, because so many
Yeah.
celebrities say, you know, I want my privacy, but then if you talk about everything,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you're opening that door. So I always think, you know.
I would say when I was coming up in music, probably if it was 2001, even if you go back into just even that little small time, I would find it was a lot about privacy. It was a lot about a refined pop star, so to speak. It was a lot about mystique. I think now in music, it's important that people connect with you. And I think that's because of the internet. I think that's because there's a lot of things online that's kind of faceless. People are really looking for that emotional connection. And I think when you're an artist and you have that opportunity to kind of broadcast yourself, you have to connect with people. And that's why I love people like Adele. I feel like just her songs are just, they touch you in a way, and I think that's extremely important as an artist too. If you're gonna use your voice, use it to connect in a real way. So I think now you kind of have to let go of the privacy a little bit, because
Really?
people want to know.
I don't want to get Biebered, though.
You don't want to get Biebered, but
No.
even Bieber's pretty private.
Yeah, I don't think he called
He's
that
selective
upon himself.
about what he shares.
Yeah.
Very
But
okay.
you also can't avoid
But you
it.
don't want to go the full Kardashian either.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
Be
you
tweeting
definitely don't want to go
24/7.
too Kardashian. I think because it'll come back to you. You know, it's
Yeah.
a little difficult when you're,
Yeah, you can't close that door once you've opened it.
Yeah.
It usually seems. The new album is called Night and Day. Keisha Shante, thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me. You guys are lovely.
Oh, thank you so
In the
much.
morning.
Great. It was so good to have you on the social media desk, too. That was really great of you.
Oh, yeah.
10 minutes before 8. We'll be right back.
Chatting with your fans.